Hi everyone. I'm just doing a little bit of recording to see how clear it is so that I can listen back because I want to know. I want to know. Oh, also, while I'm here, the first thing I wanted to cover was this thing called the. Well, I need to find the link again because it's in the description. It's the Unified Utensil. Let's see if I can find it or not. That was the first thing I wanted to cover. Yeah, say hi to YouTube. So this is called the unified cutlery theory. And what is that, you may ask? Well, it's metaphors to help disabled people explain fatigue, stressors themselves, better able to express themselves. Like metaphors stuff. That's kind of what it is. So basically, spoons are energy, any sort of energy. It's the arbitrary unit of capacity for action throughout the day. And everybody wakes with a certain amount of spoons. Some people wake with more spoons, some people with less spoons. It depends on like who they are and some other stuff I'll get into later down the list. Spooners are only recovered by rest. And being low on spoons can sometimes make even resting hard for some, and leave people waking up with fewer than they expected. And it is common to try to save up spoons expenditure, but there are limits to like how many spoons up for an action. A common phrase that people say is like, "I don't have the spoons for this. Like, I don't have the energy for this." It's a very metaphor to use, and when you're and spoons are like, it's just like, normal energy. It's not like the energy that you access when it's like at your last like amount of energy that you have. For many people, disabilities that cause like fatigue and stuff and cause like you have smaller spoons amount are invisible. While spoons are high, we might appear perfectly abled in energy and behavior, even though the very next test might be the last one we can do in the day before collapsing. Man, it's really hard to have like an invisible disability because it's hard for even you to like be like, yeah, I'm valid and I'm allowed to like have this rest. It's been very challenging for me to like come to terms with the fact that I am technically disabled, and that means that I can't do as much as everyone else can. And I mean, there are benefits, like some benefits like mentally or whatever, but like at the end of the day, it still like inhibits a lot of my ability to do stuff. So yeah. Next thing is fork theory. Forks are stressors. You can only cope with so many stuck in you before you hit your limit, and their very presence can limit your ability to spend and recover. Anything that makes you feel worse can be a fork. Even as little as feeling hungry, financial or relationship stress can be even bigger forks. When you hit your limit, you're done. You cannot handle anymore. And this is like especially important to keep in mind for people who are like neurodivergent with like differently, because they handle things differently than like normal people. I don't like saying this, but it's like this is like the easiest way for me to explain it. How and like it changes how somebody is able to handle stress, how people are able to handle forks. And some people and like so Oh wait, okay. So how an individual is able to handle quantity and size of forks varies greatly. You may be tolerant of any number of tiny forks stuck in you, but a single pitchfork can destroy you in one go. And yeah, and like the straw that broke the camel's back applies, and it's just like you have a bunch of, you can maybe tolerate like a huge fork, but like then you don't really have a lot of room for a lot of little forks, like a little stressors and stuff. And having too many forks can mean you can't access your spoon. Even if you're like full up, like even if you have plenty of spoons, you just can't access them. Like you're too tired. You have too many forks to reach them. And dealing with forks is the forks themselves is often very costly of your spoons. So it's all just very frustrating to try to deal with stresses in your life sometimes when you're disabled, because it's just like, I don't know if I have even the energy to deal with the stress, even though the stress is causing me a lot of distress. Sometimes the only thing you can do is abandon your current situation and try to remove the fork you can get rid of fastest. And also sometimes other people can help you remove forks, but don't like force it on them to like help them. Like wait for them to ask and then like ask how you can help. And sorry, if you want to read more about this, you can go to the link. I provided it in the description of this video, so like you can go there and you can read it yourself. I'm just trying to like go over it quickly just so that like if I ever use this language in the Discord, people kind of understand what's. Yeah, I love forks so much. I'm just like making this video just so that like we can post in the Discord and so that people kind of understand what I'm talking about if I like say I'm out of spoons or like I have too many forks or whatever. This, and then the final theory is knife theory. When you're out of spoons or you're too full of forks to access your spoons, but you decide to keep going, the only thing left in the drawer are knives. A knife represents overspending of energy that draws from the future. To push yourself sometimes dangerously beyond your limits. A knife can be spent in place of a spoon, again in varying size depending on the individual and the tasks at hand. It can be that this works and you get it done, but you know that tomorrow it will cost you. Knives can really hurt. Each spent might take away one spoon from tomorrow, they might take more. And that means without so many spoons, you can only spend further knives. And it kind of becomes like a vicious cycle of fatigue where you have nothing to spend but knives. And once you reach the limit of knives, you just crash. You don't have anything else left. And not all disabled people can reach for knives. Like you gotta keep that in mind. Not everybody can like not everyone can push themselves beyond their limits. Some people just can't. It's just they just don't have any. So you just have to keep that in mind whenever you're talking to somebody who's disabled, and try not to be too hard on them when they're like, I just can't do that, because they do want to do stuff. They don't want to just sit around and do nothing. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. I mean, some people maybe do, but like I hate it. I don't want to be able to not do things. I don't want to be able to not help around the house, put things away, do my homework. I want to do that stuff, but just sometimes I can't. And it really, really sucks. It genuinely really, really sucks. Just like the only thing that you can do is just lie there miserable as you just watch everybody else able to do stuff, and it's just like, I want to help so bad, but I just can't. And it's so hard. It sucks so much. So just if you're able-bodied, try to help out your disabled brethren sometimes. Yeah, executive function is just so hard sometimes. Like, and if you have the ability, help other people out with their forks or with doing tasks for them so that they can save their spoons for down with big fork. If you have anybody in your life who needs help, like help them out with like little tasks that you're able to do so that they can save their spoons for more important stuff. Like if you can like cook a meal for someone, or like write up some stuff, or like just like do the little things are like some of the most important things, and it helps disabled people to feel like they're not so useless. Because it really sucks to feel useless. You don't want to feel useless. You want to do things, you want to help, but you just can't. And it really, really blows. Really, really blows. Anyway, I hope you liked my little bit. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and yeah, come and watch my streams. I stream on Wednesdays, and chat, say goodbye to YouTube. Say goodbye to YouTube, chat. Bye, YouTube.